you should feel shame for what you've done. That's what we're always taught in religion when we offended or didn't follow the rules or stepped out of line. And we talk about this guilt and shame in our latest episode of Drop the Stones with the Appalachian Oracle, where she brought up a very good point on shame and guilt. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have shame or guilt. It could be a useful tool, something we could use in our lives to help us improve ourselves, make ourselves better, make ourselves grow and understand and just be better, more compassionate people. But in a religious mindset, it's used way too much as a tool of manipulation and control, and it's misused because a lot of times, as she pointed out in the episode, is we take and internalize that guilt and shame and look at ourselves and bring ourselves down and bring just a negative energy to our own being because of what we've done. And instead of taking it and using it and looking and see how that affected the people that we may have hurt or harmed, and trying to live in that and understand the effect on that, because that's where true growth and just becoming better will come from. Is if I offended someone or hurt someone, if I can understand how that hurt them and sit in how that affected them and related with them, I humanize that person. I don't make them an enemy anymore. I make them a fellow human being that I can treat with empathy and compassion and understand what I may have done to cause this harm to that individual. But very rarely are you ever done that in a church or religious systems. Usually it's you harm this person, so look at yourself. Look how evil you are. And all that does is bring more negativity to the situation into yourself. Where if you could sit in it and reflect on how this may have affected the individuals that you encountered and interacted with, and understand where they're coming from and the plight and the hardships you put upon them, you get some understanding, you get some empathy out of it, and you can grow and learn from that and understand that that's not what you want to do for yourself. So why would you do it to them? It's actually following the golden rule. Love your neighbor as you'd love yourself. So if I'm treating people in a way that I wouldn't want to treat myself or myself treated, I can look at that and have some guilt about that and understand that that's not what I want for my own life. Why would I project and put that on someone else? And when we can switch that around, instead of just taking that whole guilt and shame and reflecting it and putting it on ourselves so that we can be manipulated and controlled, but can use it as an empathetic tool, then we start growing as a species. We start being more compassionate and empathetic, and we learn to live by love instead of by law.